Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the big dippity doodah. We had the biggest the biggest liquidation event in at least the last year. I don't know, I can't see much further back than that. I did close a lot of my longs and I actually opened shorts last night literally just because the bear moon. Trading the moon cycles has been pretty much undefeated, so this has been quite insane. Again, if we pull up the moon cycles, you have the bull moon is what I call it. It's the full moon. Bear moon is the new moon, no moon. You can see bear moon dump, bull moon pump, bull moon pump, bear moon dump, bull moon pump. It's pretty much undefeated. There's a couple that didn't work, but the play out rate is, I don't even know, 80% plus at least. I literally opened shorts last night on, what did I open? On Aster, on World Liberty Financial, and AVNT. These are the two dexes. These guys were up. Aster and AVNT were up like a trillion percent. So I opened shorts on those, and all of my take profits got hit last night. So I did talk about it in my Discord and a couple other. I post on X and Discord more frequently. YouTube, I try to do at least 5 videos a day. So that's what's been going on. If you are enjoying the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. That's what we got going on. Let's talk about why this is happening potentially. So if we go back to Bitcoin, if we turn off some of my trading indicators here, we have a nice big pullback, literally the biggest liquidation, I don't know, in frickin' history, it seems like, at least in like the last year. This is massive. This was literally $1.6 billion of liquidation. So pretty insane. Lots of, so this is the last 1 hour. Let's do the last 24 hours. What do we got going on here? So most of it on Ethereum. So a lot of longs wrecked on Ethereum, a lot on Bitcoin, others, Sol, XRP, Doge, etc. So a lot of liquidations, most of them coming from Binance, it looks like. Not surprising at all. So now a bunch of people are long again because we just had a big dumper-rooney. So yeah, hopefully this, we might see another push down today. I kind of was expecting this to happen. I had just a bad feeling. B, we had the bear moon starting, which is it sounds weird, but I think it just has to do with the cycles. But it has been very accurate at predicting these pullbacks. So we had the bear moon come in. There's apparently some crazy news coming on Tuesday. We can close that out. There's some crazy news coming on Tuesday, apparently, from Mr. Dennis Porter. You know, it is what it is. He always does these kind of things. Massive political news coming for Bitcoin Tuesday. That will reshape the trajectory of Bitcoin politics. This will be a defining moment. You know, Trump put some statue in front of the White House with him holding a Bitcoin. They're knowingly working on a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the U.S. government. Some other people are talking about a bunch of different nations talking about strategic reserves. So maybe this was just a big flush before we get some massive news on Tuesday. Another strategy that's been playing out very well is literally just short into Monday. And then, you know, especially open your short before the Monday open. So I think we get maybe another push down. I do have some longs open, some short-term longs. I might take some profits before the market opens this morning, but I also bought some more spot just now this morning, right when I woke up, because things were pretty down. I bought some more Litecoin. I bought some DOT. I bought some Solana. No, I bought some Doge. A bunch of altcoins that I know are getting ETF approvals in like 2 weeks. So yeah, in 2 weeks we have ETF approvals, really 2.5 weeks for Litecoin. And I think this is the last time that Litecoin, it has to be a final decision. So I bought some spot for a lot of these. It's going to at least be, at the worst, a sell the news, and we're going to pump into it or get some massive pump as soon as the news comes out. So I think that's going to be quite huge. Let's check FOMO Finder and see what we got going on. I have a feeling that we are, if it's still uncertainty, I'm going to be kind of surprised. Let's see if we got into fear. Come on. Balanced. Wow, interesting. So it was uncertainty actually last night. Did we hit, if we zoom in, let's zoom in a little bit, see what we got going on here. We did hit a little fear last night. We did hit a little fear last night for a second there. We did hit panic. So that's interesting. Let's see if we go to fear and greed, what we got going on. So that one just tracks funding rates. This one is more opinion. It feels like there's fear. Okay. So fear is usually a good time to buy. I did have a bunch of shorts that I hit my profits on. I will show you that. If you want to leverage trade, I use Bitunix. It's an amazing exchange. I have affiliate links below to Bitunix and Coinbase and a couple others, but Bitunix is my favorite exchange. So if I go to my position history, yeah. So here we go. I had shorts on Aster, World Liberty Financial, AVNT. I closed my long on Litecoin, AVNT. I hit a couple shorts here, and you can see I did get stopped out one time, but all my take profits got hit on my shorts. So I was literally shorting just because of the moon. We've also, not just because of the moon, but you know, we've had some big melt ups in a lot of the altcoins. So I had a feeling that, you know, things were too good for too long. It was about time for Binance to come flush everyone. So Binance, using Wintermute, they, you know, flushed a bunch through Sol, through Ethereum, a bunch, and down here, a bunch of Bitcoin. So bunch of Bitcoin, a bunch of Ethereum, a bunch of Solana. When Solana dumps, it dumps a lot of the meme coins as well. And there's so many auto trading algorithms that when they see the price coming down, they sell a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, we had a huge flush of leverage through Binance and other market makers. They do this all the time. This is very normal. They don't want your longs to sit there for too long. They want to go snag that money. So yeah, this was a huge flush of the market, and I was like half tempted to like sell some of my spot and then buy it back, but you know, it feels kind of weird to just trade based on like moon cycles. It feels kind of weird, but it's been quite profitable if you literally just trade because of moon cycles. Right before the bull moon comes, you usually see a pump into it, and then lasting through it. Right in the bear moon, you do usually see a big flush. So again, if I pop up the moon cycles here, if you trade like literally right when the moon or the bear moon hits, it's been quite profitable. Here's a big dump. Sometimes it only dumps the first like day or two, and then sometimes it'll recover back in. I do think we're going to get a recovery fairly soon on this one. We have, you know, we were quite oversold. If I go to my like trading indicator, even on Bitcoin, if I go on the 4 hour, I have this like RSI that shows me when you have like bullish divergences, and we're forcing that there. If you look at market cipher B, I mean, the pullback goes like as deep as it could ever go. It goes to like freaking, you know, almost the zero line. Look at this. This is the biggest pullback since like way back here almost. In February. So this is like the biggest pullback on Bitcoin since like February. There was another one in April, and don't forget those were the bottoms. So, you know, market cipher B is kind of saying that we're like way oversold. And it's like this across the board. Ethereum way oversold, most oversold it's been since, again, April. Those are the April lows. So a lot of these, you know, Litecoin, this one's not as oversold. It did get hit as well. Fartcoin got just annihilated in this one. So I picked up some Fartcoin spot, some Litecoin, some DOT, some Doge, and I opened leverage trades on these small ones. I might close them right before the market opens, as I said, but we could get some huge news on Tuesday. This was a massive liquidation, and usually when you get a massive liquidation, you're at least going to get a swing back up in the meantime. Could we flush again when the Monday market opens again? Yeah, we could. Lately, if you short on Sunday and then through the day Monday, usually on Tuesday, it's weird that how all of this works. It's almost like we live in a simulation. Moon cycles and short Monday, long Tuesday. Usually about Tuesday, about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, has been a good time to long. I don't know why, but it's been playing out. It's been playing out for sure. I forget even who. I need to give credit to the person who did the whole, let's see, Long Tuesday. Let's see if I can find this guy. Oops, if I can search. I want to give credit to this guy who talked about this one strategy. Yeah, killer, this bro. Here you go. Short Monday, long Tuesday. It's been working out like crazy. So if you really see it, like, look at this. Monday, you short. Tuesday you long, Monday you short, Tuesday you long. Now this one didn't play out too good, but Monday you short, Tuesday you long. How do I get out of the way? And then basically kind of close like Thursday is what he's saying. So maybe we see another thing like this. Yeah, it's been quite interesting. Another huge flush of the market. So I did talk about this in my Discord. I even talked about it in my videos. It's kind of funny at this point. I kind of laugh because this one guy keeps on commenting on my videos and he keeps on saying, you know, stop talking about the moon. But it's just kind of funny because you go right here. he's like this guy right here. He's like, shut up about the moon. But it's like, man, how you feeling about the moon cycles now, bro? Undefeated. I responded this morning because yeah, another great trade by the moon cycles. It's so weird. Now, the reason I think the moon cycles work is just because Bitcoin runs in 60-day cycles. The moon cycles are 30-day cycles, so they line up with that. And I don't know. I don't know what's behind it, but it seems to be working quite well. DOT is another one that I think is going to have some very good gains. This one should have an ETF coming as well. DOT also just changed their staking or their protocol, and they added like a limit on how many max coins they have. So, you know, before there was some inflation with dot coins, right? And they had the really huge percentage that you can stake and get back. So I think that's going to see a good one. I mean, it's if we let me clear out some of this. I mean, if you look at like the price of dot, right? I mean, dot was all the way up at $55 not too long ago. This is just on Coinbase, and the price right now is like under $4. So I think we're going to see a nice little pump on DOT. I think that's going to be a good one. I think Sol's going to continue to outperform. It's been doing extremely well. I think Dogecoin, which is usually a pretty good performer. I don't know why this keeps doing that. I think we'll see Doge make a nice run to at least $1. So I'm really bullish on altcoins. Now, if we also go check into the cryptoverse, let's go check on monthly gains because this is another important thing. So historically, when September ends up green, it usually means, is September still green? September's still green. Usually when September ends up green, October and November do really well. So you can see the last 2 years, you get a 7 or a 4% gain in September, and then October and November end up being very green. The average for these months being some of the best, right? 30%, 36%. Is that the best? These are the best besides April. April is actually usually the best for Bitcoin. That did not really play out. I guess it did play out this year, but not last year. So, you know, there's some good gains for Bitcoin. Oops, I meant to change this now to Ethereum. If we look at Ethereum, what goes on Ethereum? So September is actually negative. The last time September was a negative in a halving, post-halving year, sorry, the next month saw 42% in October. So October and November are usually very bullish. Again, for Ethereum, it doesn't show them as being that bullish because it actually shows the beginning of the year being bullish. But look at, these are way off as far as this year, right? So February was actually negative 32%, and usually that's been positive 35% on average, right? There's a huge deviation. We're usually plus or minus 73%. So obviously there's a massive deviation. But you can see these are usually bullish. The only one that was usually bullish and ended up bullish was May. Now, if we look at, let's look at like Solana, for example. This one's been around a little bit. What do we got going on? September is positive. You can see October and November are usually positive as well. Especially look at like, 2023. Look at this, 80%, 60%. December is, that was a really good one in 2023, 2020. Okay, if we go again post-halving year, September was quite green, and then October was also green. August was insanely green in 2021. So that's what we got going on for Solana. If we look at, I don't know, what do we want to look at? XRP, I guess it's got a lot of data. So I think XRP doesn't have much more room to run. I do have some of my spot XRP left, but I did sell a lot that I bought at 50 and then sold at like 360 or something. But October, for some reason, is usually negative. September here, 2023, we had a similar month, and then we had some okay gains in October. If you look at last year, I mean, 280% in November. So October, November, December are usually very good for altcoins. If we go into the altcoin season index as well, you can see we were in altcoin season And that was another reason why I felt a little sketched out and felt like I needed to, you know, close some longs, take some profits, etc. Because altcoin season, it was saying we were in. If we go 60-day, even 30-day, you can see now we've pulled out of altcoin season because altcoins take a bigger hit when we see these dumps. But anyways, that's what we got going on for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. If you do want to use any affiliate links, I have them for Bitunix and Coinbase. Bitunix is my favorite exchange. Very low fees, even lower fees if you use my affiliate links, even lower fees. We're seeing another little pullback right now. Maybe I longed a little bit too early. I didn't catch this huge initial spike. If you caught this on a long, that would have been quite good, but I did not catch that. But anyways, I got affiliate links below if you do want to try these exchanges. Just be careful using leverage, guys. But this is also a great exchange to buy spot. The fees are very low. Coinbase, I think, increased their fees a little bit. I did get the Coinbase One credit card as well, which has been kind of nice. When I buy my groceries and stuff, I get, you know, 3 or 4% back in Bitcoin into my Coinbase account. It's been quite nice. I think I'm going to cancel my Delta Amex that I normally use for like Delta flying points because I just don't fly that much. So anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Moon cycles undefeated yet again. Kind of funny. It continues to play out. I don't even want to believe it, but keeps happening, so is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Have a great day. Use those affiliate links. Best way to support the channel, and have a great day out there. Good luck. Maybe look for some longs today and tomorrow. We do have the potential that this can continue for a while, but I think at least by early October, we're going to be seeing some very nice pumps. October, November, December, I think are going to be getting close to the end of this cycle, and I will be looking to sell a lot of my bags into these months. And that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.